Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here today with one of the most unique study Bibles out there, the Naves Study Bible. Now, wait a second, don't turn it off because of the Naves Topical Bible. This is not the Naves Topical Bible. Many people didn't know that Orville J. Nave came out with a study Bible as well. So it's kind of fascinating. This particular one was put out by Baker. You can find them real cheap, so like $3.97-ish. Might even find them at thrift stores. And it's a fascinating little study Bible. So let's take a look on the inside of this Bible. It kind of reminds me, to tell you the truth, of the Companion Bible. Now I'm just going to read through the principal features and then show this to you. It's King James Version. It does have alternate translations of the American Revised Version or the English Revised Version, pronunciation aids for difficult words placed in the scriptural text, chapter summaries at the beginning of each chapter, more than 80,000 topical notes in the margins, marginal notes connecting related verses in both the Old and New Testaments, footnotes which exhaustively cover all scriptural subjects, index to all footnotes combined with concordance, outline and index of the sovereignty of God, outline and index on God and the covenant of grace, Old Testament, New Testament cross-reference index, glossary of all archaic words and phrases. You can see it's got a lot in it. Tables of weights and measures, revised chronology, geographical gazetter, atlas and Bible maps. And it has an explanation of what those are. But there's like the little list of everything that it's got. And then here on this is like an explanation of what is on the list. But let's get into the Bible. I know that's what you want to get into, is the scripture itself. What does it look like? So here is what the Bible itself looks like. Text, the margins, it's got plenty of room to write in the margins, as you can see. Tons of references. So I think they were doing it to kind of compete maybe with the Thompson chain reference. And I think if it was used properly, it would. But it evidently didn't catch on, because I just don't run across these Nave study Bibles too much in King James Version. It was like a good idea. The Nave's Topical Bible is still such a standard reference work, but it just didn't. That is a big Bible, it just didn't pan out. It is a big Bible, and the note print's very small. Now I would say it's probably 10.5, 11-point print in the text, which is great reading, and then it's going to have marginal references. It is going to have chronology in the side as well, which is kind of cool. And so I'll just read you a little bit. Like it says in the notes, his preserving care exemplified to Noah and his family at the time of the flood. Then it has scriptures. So it's just tons, the providence of God. It's just tons of scriptures. So it's probably the most referenced study Bible out there. Now that's just a guess. I would say I couldn't imagine another Bible having the number of references this has in text. Just enormous amounts. There may be another one out there, but I think it's got far more than Dakes, the Westminster. It's just got it. Let's get to the New Testament. Yeah, it is black letter. That's what I was thinking. And I did want to show you this too. The chapter divisions. Like when it says Mark 6, 8, 9, 10. I had somebody the other day that was looking at a Bible, and they were highly impressed with the verse divisions within each chapter. And this does stand out. It has fantastic verse divisions from within each chapter. So that's kind of cool. Now let's take it to the back here. Oh man, look at the notes in Acts. Wow. Now it does not have your classical book introductions in it. So index to footnotes with concordance. Look at this guy. It's small print because that's the only way they could fit everything in this Bible. I mean, so that's just a huge section right there. Let's see if we can index on the sovereignty in God, the master theme of Holy Scripture. Here's an index of cross references in the back. It's like a Thompson chain, you know, you kind of have to get used to the feel of it, learn how to use it, but it's got an incredible amount of things. I think it would really aid in scriptural study. Can't, go with everything, but man, just if it's the Bible, you go with it. If it's 100% in Scripture, you just go with it. And then it's got a glossary, which I really enjoyed this glossary. It's probably the biggest glossary I've ever seen in a Bible, outside of a Bible dictionary, but one labeled a glossary, like Oaks, Theol, a place of idolatrous worship. So that's a very helpful tool in here as well. And wait till we get to the maps. I can't think that I've ever seen maps like this. It's probably from Baker's Bible Atlas now that I think about it. So let's look in here. Here's the Gazetter, Bible chronology. Like Genesis 5 gives a clear and unmistakable chronology of 1656 years from the creation of Adam to the 600 year of Noah. So that's pretty conservative right there. The Geographical Gazetter. I'm just going to show you that too, because I've never seen a Gazetter this exhaustive. Most gazetters, are in British Bibles, Oxford, Cambridge, that type of thing, Allen. But look at that thing. I mean, it is just there. So that's good. Like a great thing for the Holy Land. And the Gazetter leads you to the maps. And so the maps are topical and just tons of stuff in these maps. I can't recall ever seeing maps exactly like this in another study Bible. We'll turn to another page here. So the Nave Study Bible, Orville J. Nave, 19th century, early 20th century. He was so involved with the military, that type thing, military chaplaincies. I think he was stationed here in Columbus, Georgia at one time. But I'd recommend it, especially if you can get it inexpensive. It's going to have things, features you can't find in other Bibles. So the Nave Study Bible. And if it's God's will, prayerfully get it. Maybe he wants you to give the money to missions. Do that if he does. God bless you. Talk with you later.